Mueller's team defending its actions today, saying they properly obtained the account owner's consent or used, they say, the appropriate criminal process. Danny Coulson, former FBI Deputy Assistant Director, former FBI Hostage Rescue Team Commander, joins us now. So, Danny, was this like a sneaky end run, or direct up the middle way to obtain this stuff? Did they need these? Did they need a subpoena to get these texts, or could they just flinch them from the GSA because they're government property?
Well, absolutely. They should have gone to the White House for these documents. It's axiomatic in Washington, D.C. If you are an agency and you hold records from another agency and a third party comes in and requests them, you refer them to the originating agency. That's probably not the way to go. Is it illegal? No, it's not. It just kind of violates the look bad rule here. I think the key, though, Eric, is this. The White House did not ask for redress for this through the federal court system. They didn't ask that the records be sealed or returned or put under court protection. They sent a letter to the Congress, the congressional committee, saying, let's be sure this doesn't happen in the future. So I think it's kind of a tempest in a teapot. Should they have done it? Maybe not. But is it illegal? I don't think it's illegal. Bob Mueller is not going to do something illegal. I've worked with Bob. He and I did Pan Am 103 together. He's a very good lawyer. I question whether or not we should be still looking at the things he's looking at, but he didn't really. There's no illegality here. And
well, tell me, you know him personally, and you just said the way you work with him personally. Tell us a bit about him, because man, oh man, he has come under attack.
He has, and for a lot of reasons that are really not of his making. A lot of that is spillover from things happening at the FBI. Bob Mueller is a brilliant man. He is dedicated. He's a former Marine, very patriotic. He's very, very intense, and he's very good at what he does. I enjoyed working with him. He is not a whole lot of fun. He's so intense. He's not a big jokester or anything like that. But he's good at what he does. I think he'll do an admirable job here, and I have faith in him.
Well, you know what the critics say.
I'd like him to wrap this up.
You know what the critics say? He's biased. He say that he's, others say he's committed illegal acts, that, he should be fired and resigned and all this.
And here's what I would do. If I was his boss, I'd call him into the office and say, what do you have? What, according to the mission they gave you, what have you produced?
Can he say that to President? Can he say that to the Attorney General or to Rosenstein?
It would be the Deputy Attorney General. He's his boss. An independent counsel case is not the never-ending story. It is not supposed to be there forever. You have a mission, you do it, and if you have some auxiliary investigation that has nothing to do with your mission that may indicate criminality, you record that and refer it back to the Department of Justice, close shop and go away. If there's no case here, there's no case here. Now, one problem, though, and I think this is important, is that he doesn't want to close his case and find out later that, something came to light and I may have missed that. So that is a problem.
You went through that already with Hillary.
That is his problem.
Went through that exact thing. Remember that?
No, absolutely, and I've talked about that before.
Yeah,
but there has to be an end someplace.
You're a veteran of decades, and we have a lot of allegations about some of the FBI officials and the agents, Peter Strzok, for example, and Lisa Page. We've got those texts in which, they're trashing President Trump, and to be fair, others too, calling Trump an idiot, also calling Bernie Sanders an idiot, criticizing Chelsea Clinton, but also in these texts apparently saying, God, Hillary, has to win. Tell us about separating the personal from the professional. Is that possible? What do you believe they did? Because you know what the critics are saying, that this is evidence of bias and they should all be thrown out.
Well, FBI agents are human beings. I had a political opinion about things. I never acted on it, obviously. I voted for Ronald Reagan. I did the Iran-Contra investigation. I went after him hammer and tong and actually indicted some people associated with that. You have to step away from your bias or your preference with regard to politicians. But this is more sinister than that. You have these very onerous text messages, and the people that texted then go out and give Hillary Clinton a pass. That needs to be investigated. I think that there should be a grand jury that looks into the whole thing, issue subpoenas, get people in, compel testimony, get documents, and see what happens. We can't let this just go away, say, it's nothing. Well, we don't know it's nothing.
Yeah,
and if you look at the actions taken, There's more than smoke here.
Yeah, you know, one of the actions Peter Strzok reports say changed the wording he's in charge of the Hillary email investigation from grossly negligent, which would have been a legal term, to extremely careless. And up on the screen now, we have one of those texts involving Strzok and Page, and I want to just get your reaction to this, saying, quote, I want to believe the path you threw out for consideration in Andy's office, that there's no way he, Trump, gets elected. But I'm afraid we can't take that risk. It's like an insurance policy in the unlikely event before you die, before you're 40. Now, there's a lot of controversy over this text. Andy could be Andy McCabe, deputy, director of the FBI, talking about the path. Any idea what they cooked up or what they were talking about in terms of the path, what they were planning in what could have been McCabe's office, though we don't know that?
Well, we don't know that, but here's the problem. People making statements like that then took action that actually worked to the great benefit of Hillary Clinton. The mere fact that they went along with an investigation without a grand jury and then went along with the idea that they could not investigate the Clinton Foundation, showing their feelings for Hillary Clinton, that's more than problematic. That is very sinister, and that needs to be examined. And I don't want a special prosecutor. We don't need that. What we need is for the Inspector General of the United States, Department of Justice, to look at this thing and give us an answer. Convene a grand jury. Don't do this sophomoric a grand jury-less investigation. And bring a grand jury in, present the evidence. And one thing, too, this is really important. We've never seen the FBI report on Hillary Clinton. We've just seen a synopsis of it, drafted by Jim Comey. What does the report really say? A FBI report is made up of FD 302s, reports of investigation. Let's see what those say. And we've never seen that. Those are, who knows where those things are. Until we see that, we don't know.
Release those 302s, says Danny Coulson.
Absolutely.
Danny,
absolutely.
Thank you very much, as always.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Best to you over the holidays.
Of course, that you too.